and welcome back to M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers podcast. I'm Jamie, your host, and I'm the yarn dyer behind m1yarns.com, coming to you today from Metro Detroit, Michigan. And I got a nice hot cup of organic peachy green tea in my Fresh Coast Fiber Festival mug. I am so excited. We are now 3.5 weeks away from the Fresh Coast Fiber Festival. This, if you don't know, is a brand new yarn and fiber festival taking place at the very end of May in Traverse City, Michigan. And I'm the organizer, which sounds crazy in my head to say. But looking back now, it's been almost a whole year of planning. And I could not be more overwhelmed with joy on how well it's come together so far. Who knows? It could be a total disaster. I really hope not, because I know so many people are excited about this. So, yeah. That is the reason why I have not... Oh, of course, my light would die, like, right as we're getting going. Let's try this again. I think last time I recorded... What is going on? What is really going on? I was really trying to record this without editing, like, any bloopers, basically. Bear with me. We're just gonna keep chit-chatting through the craziness. Let's try something different. Okay, so I have not recorded a podcast episode in, like, there we go, about 7 weeks, because festival planning has just gotten, like, very busy. Other things in my life have gotten super busy, and, you know, I went into this whole festival planning thing determined not to be burnt out, stressed out, frazzled. I wanted to pace myself, and I've done a really good job. So, but I'm happy to be back here. I have stuff to update you on and talk about. And if you didn't figure out by now, this is a mostly knitting related podcast. I should do the podcaster thing and talk about what I'm wearing. This is the Totally Tubular tank by Maral Mokri is her name, and her design handle is Knitting Ruined My Life, which is the best. I test knit this for her, I want to say 2 years ago, although it might have been last summer. It's a blur. And this is my own hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Aries Baby, which reminds me, every year in April, I dye a new colorway in celebration of my birthday. My birthday was last month. I'm recording this in early May. I don't know where I put it. I dyed some new yarn for this year's birthday. I'm sure it's like somewhere right here. Let's just see. That's not it. That's a bummer. There is it's just on sock yarn, which is our Lean Mean Machine base, if you're interested. And this year the colorway is named 1981. It's really fun. You have to go check it out. What was I saying? I was talking about this. Yeah, I like to wear it as a vest in, like, spring and fall, and as a tank in the summer. But this is my DK Weight Easy Rider base, which is a DK Weight Superwash Merino. And yeah, I love this colorway. It's fun with all the, like, honey tones and turquoise and pinks, and yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's just dive right in to the chit chat about the knitting. I think I've talked about this on the last couple episodes because I have been knitting it since at least early February. But I'm knitting the Eva Cardigan by Petite Knit. And this yarn, let me show you the yarn first. This yarn is by Coyote Run Fiberworks, which is a mini mill here in Metro Detroit. Nicole of Coyote Run made this yarn for me last year, and then I dyed it in my colorway Cherry Capital. And I cast on this cardigan. I'm going to show you the buttons in a minute because I'm about ready to sew the buttons on the button band. I am rotating skeins like a good girl, but I'm still getting a little bit of pooling. Like you can see a stripe here. I don't know what that's about, but it's just, it's yarn. It's how it yarns. I'm halfway through my first sleeve. I've already knit the body and the button band. And I made it a little cropped because I'm short. And where are the buttons? Let's see. I don't know if they're in the, oh, they are. Here they are. These buttons, look at these cute cherry buttons. These are ceramic, and they're by Lisa Peters Art, who is an artisan out of New Jersey. And I have admired her work at Rhinebeck the last few years that I've gone to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. And last fall when I was there, I went up to her booth. I saw these after looking at every single button in her booth, and I knew right away I had to have these. Not only is the turquoise like the logo of the festival, kind of reminiscent, but the cherry is a nod to Traverse City being the cherry capital of the world. So when I saw these, I thought I should knit a cardigan to wear to the festival with these buttons, and then obviously dye the yarn Cherry Capital. So these, oops, that's the back side. These buttons on this. And I love how the turquoise pops against the red yarn. Just really fun. So Lisa and her buttons and her sweet husband Russ and Nicole of Coyote Run are both vendors at the festival later this month. So this is like such a fun thing I put together in my mind that's now coming to life. I could not be more thrilled. So I feel really good that I'm right on pace with knitting this up. I can probably finish the rest of the sleeve this week. And then that would leave me like 3 weeks to knit the second sleeve and sew the buttons on and block it. I feel like I have, hair in my mouth. I walked the dogs right before recording this, so that they'd be all chill and tired. But it is super windy out, and I had my hair like clipped back, and then when I took it out, it kind of felt like it was everywhere. You don't care about that. Anyway, so that's what I've been knitting monogamously. I'm really proud of myself. That did give me some anxiety because I felt like, oh, when I finish this, what am I going to knit next, And that's a process. So I went in my whip bag, which is very minimal. I've really been trying to keep only a project or two at a time this year, and that I think has helped me focus. If you recall, I can figure out where here it is. I cast on this shifty hat, which is an Andrea Mowery pattern. I cast this on, I want to say like in January, and I thought, oh, this will be a quick little knit. Well, after I knit, see there's like big blips and little blips. After I knit this, I had set it to the side for a minute, which you know is like fatal, because then you can't, even if you make a note of where you leave off, when you come back to it after so long, you don't innately trust it. You're like, I gotta double check my work. And I felt like I goofed, because when you look at the pattern sample, it looks like she has these big blips where these little blips are. It's very hard to see. I should just show you. Here's my iPad. And so I set it to the side because I was a little bit upset that I had messed up and I would have to rip back like about an inch, which is not the worst. But I sat down with it this morning to like get ready to rip back, and I was like, I don't think I actually did mess up. I reread the pattern. I think I did it right. Let me show you this. It's not great because you're seeing the ring light and everything. But see how it's like kind of so busy, it's hard to tell what are big blips and what are little blips, especially right here in like the blue and green section. Yeah. So I think that when I finish my cardigan, I will finish this, even though it's going to basically be summer. But I would like to just finish it. That's the plan. Which then begs the question, what am I going to cast on next? And that is probably something I will talk about in the next episode, because I did some thinking the other day, and I was like, I would like to release a yarn for the summer that is just for the summer, like it's a limited run situation. I would like it to be some natural fiber, but maybe not like 100%, because I don't actually really love that. I like a blend. So I did some research. I found some really fabulous yarn. I ordered it. It arrived. And yesterday I dyed 6 colorways. Some are, I'm trying to think what I dyed. There's one new colorway. All the rest I have dyed before, but maybe not like on the regular. So my new on the horizon cast on is going to be a tank top in this new yarn. So maybe by the time I record again, I'll have like a little bit of a sample knit up, and I'll have a good photo, because I have yet to, you know, skein up all the yarn that I dyed yesterday. And I'll have a nice photo or sample skeins that I can show you here. We'll chat, don't worry. But I'm really excited about that. And it was giving me some anxiety, because I was like, what am I going to cast on? It's got to be like a fun project. It's got to be sleeveless, because I just don't want to knit sleeves. Yeah, that was the thought process. I am on kind of a creative streak, and I feel like my brain is kind of going in like 5 different directions with that creativity. One problem is Instagram keeps showing me these videos of like men's dress shirts like this, classic like Ralph Lauren kind of Oxfords, that are upcycled. And there's a couple companies that are like getting these thrifted, and then basically the gist of the whole upcycling is you get one that's like larger than you, like this. You cut off the bottom. You don't even have to really make it cropped on you, but you want like this bottom section, like 2 inches down here. And you're going to rip off the collar, not rip off, but you're going to cut it off. So then you're going to be left with the collar band, this part, and you're going to attach the strip that you cut off from here up here as like a ruffled, you're going to gather it and it's going to form a ruffle. And then you're going to cut off the sleeves, cut a section off here, sew the shirt up so the armhole is not so big, and then move the sleeve up so that it actually fits, you instead of too big, too long. Super cute. And these companies are doing this and then selling them for like an outrageous amount, like $150 for an upcycled, thrifted one of these. Now people are like getting on the bandwagon of like, oh, I'm doing this on my own. I don't love to sew. Me and my sewing machine really do not get along very well. It's been like 25 years. It's been like more than that, because my mom taught me to sew when I was a kid, and I hated it then, and she loves to sew. And I always hated it. It just wasn't for me. But projects like this that are like bite size, I don't have to like cut out a pattern and pin the pattern and then cut out the pieces and then follow the directions of these like little triangles that you like. You know what I'm talking about. Sewing patterns suck. I like sewing things like that I basically create like out of my head. I was like, I could do this. This sounds like a fun Sunday afternoon distraction from the things that I should be doing, which 99.9% of the time, this is like inside scoop on how my brain works. 99% of the time, I will do what I should do and what needs to be done rather than having fun or like cutting loose. I'm just very type A, but this sounds fun. So I went on eBay because, when you're like laying in bed and you can't sleep, eBay is better scrolling than social media. Just that's my pro tip for the day. Well, I found this. This is in like new without tags condition. There is not a stain on here. The fabric still has that feel like it does when it's brand new. No collar stain. I mean, immaculate. Put my glasses on. Yeah. Really, really great condition. So I bought this, shockingly, for like $7. And I thought, let's try this whole upcycle ruffle collar thing. And if I hate it, it's no big deal. And if I love it, I could start making these. I don't know. I just think these videos on Instagram are the cutest darn thing. So that is on the creative horizon. I'll show you how it turns out next time. Also, I have been spinning. I think last episode, I don't know if I had spun some of this up. Maybe I had just started it. This is fiber from an artisan in New York. I bought one of these from her, and then like 6 months later I bought 2 more braids from her because I fell in love with it. So I started this a few months ago, a little bit at a time. I like to spin on Sundays, what I call Sunday spin. And do I have the label? I have the label somewhere. I think it's in the living room. This is all that's left of 3 4-ounce braids. I have a full bobbin. No, I have this bobbin, which is almost full. I could fit more on here, but it's almost full. And then I have another one that's a little less full than this. I don't know what I'm going to do regarding the ply, so don't ask. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, so don't ask. But this fiber, like I said, I don't have the label, so I can't tell you what it is. I know it does have silk in it, like the little bits of sari silk. I actually have enjoyed spinning. Some people complain about that. I'm loving this. The fleece that I was trying to spin before that I hated, someone just said to me a couple months ago, like, just put it in your garden. And I'm like, well, number one, I don't really have like a vegetable garden or really a flower garden. I have some pots. I don't have a green thumb. But yeah, I should just get rid of it. It's not a joy. It's not bringing me a single bit of joy to spin it. This is. So I'm happy to report that we're near the finish line on this initial, like this first ply. I just need to figure out what to ply it with. It's almost so pretty, I almost don't want to ply it. Maybe if I knit it held with a strand of mohair, that would protect it from pilling. Have to give this some thought. But yeah, these colors are totally my cup of tea. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've been working on. Lots and lots and lots of festival prep. So if you're going to the Fresh Coast Fiber Festival, stop me and give me a hug or say hi or tell me, your name, where you're from. And if you're not going, you should think about it. Traverse City is so gorgeous that time of year. There's so much to do. There's wineries, breweries, nature, shopping, beaches. The venue is a third of a mile from a beach. Love it. There's free public transportation in downtown Traverse City. I'm so excited. So I wanted to make this a quick video. Really just to like give you guys some project updates that we went over and just to check in and let you know I'm still here. I think after the festival I will have so much more time. And then maybe we'll have more to chat about. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope your knitting, crochet, spinning, sewing, and whatever else you're doing is bringing you lots of joy. And until next time, thanks for joining me. Bye.